Hey everybody, this is TJR,
And this is Superfan.
and we're just hanging out with the green guy. And today we have something special. Um, One of our viewers sent me a little something.
Yay!
Yes, and I well, I'm just I think it's just really nice, and no one's ever sent me anything before uh, from this channel. A viewer's never sent me anything before, so I just think it's really nice, and I'm going to talk more about this viewer in just a moment here. Um, but a few weeks ago, I did an unboxing of this. This, of course, is the reissue of Steely Dan Pretzel Logic album. And this is part of the Reissue series they've been doing. They've done Can't Buy a Thrill. They've done Gaucho, Countdown to Ecstasy. This is the latest one. And I mentioned that I have a vintage copy of Royal Scam. I have a vintage copy of Asia, but I haven't had a vintage copy of any of the reissues that they've done so far that I could compare to, including this one here. And that, I would like to do a comparison and listen to them and just see what I think. Um, I know that, for instance, they're also doing UHQR pressings of these, which are just out of my price range. And some people have done comparisons of those UHQRs against original vintage copies. And anyways, though, so, this series has sounded great, but I did mention that, I wish I had a vintage copy that I could compare with. And after I made that video, one of our viewers here, his name is let me just make sure I say this right here, Vince Tassiotti. And he went ahead and wrote me and said that he would send me a vintage copy of Pretzel Logic by Steely Dan. And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, really? And so, yeah, he did. And Vince, thank you. I haven't even opened this yet. And I'm already just thrilled to death that you sent this. Let me.
Above and beyond, I would say.
Yeah, very much so. Above and beyond. Let's open this up here. And let's see. Let's cut this open here. Woohoo. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, put the packaging down there. Here it is. Oh,
there's a note.
There's a note here. I'll go ahead and read this. Vince, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to read this here. TGR, this LP is a token of my enjoyment of your always entertaining YouTube videos. Please say hello to Superman for me.
Hi.
Before I could even say it, I almost said Superman. Please say hello to Superfan for me. Vince says hello, Superfan.
Hi, Vince.
And indulge in some Steely Dan. Vince Tassiotti. There we go. And sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm just really excited. And let's take a look at this here. We got it in a sleeve here. Let's take a look here. Wow. This looks really nice.
Wow. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Very nice. Put it up here. There's the gatefold. Go on. Let's take a look at the record here. Oh, wow.
He knows how you like it.
He put this in an anesthetic sleeve. Thank you very much. That was very kind of you. And this here, let's pull it out here. I remember this, rainbow style label here. Here we go. And yeah, ABC Records.
Cool.
ABC Records, yeah. Wow. And, Vince, I know when you wrote me, you said that it was a really nice copy, and you're right. Wow, this is so nice looking. Wow. Thank you so much. I just really, I'm just tickled. Thank you. And it's just very nice of you. And no one's ever done this for me before. So I really do appreciate it. We're going to pause now.
Yeah.
We're going to listen to this. We're going to compare it to this. Regardless of whether I think which one is better, Vince, I just can't thank you enough for doing this. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
let's go ahead. We're going to pause. We're going to listen, and then we're going to objectively discuss them. We'll be right back. Okay. We are back. And we have compared the two of them. And let's talk about this. So first, we played the modern pressing. And we listened. And our thought was, once we were done listening, was this is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Because we both thought it sounded really smooth, really nice. Yeah, we just thought, okay, this is going to be tough to beat, really tough to beat. So then we played the vintage one here that Vince sent us.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And so the first thing I think that you noticed was the little opening, like that opening on Ricky Don't Lose That Number, that little diddle-a-doon, 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 that bit.
It sounded much louder and brighter on this on the vintage copy.
Yes, this vintage album is hotter. It's brighter, a little bit more in your face. The modern pressing is deeper, more bass driven. Some of the highs appear to have been kind of scooped off. Now, this is a creative choice. That's my understanding when they go back and do these when they recut these. There was a YouTuber who actually compared not this album, but he compared a vintage. Actually, no, it was this album, yeah, where he compared a vintage copy to a UHQR, and he felt his vintage copy had more sizzle, which he said I like. I just prefer the sizzle. Thought the UHQR sounded really good, but he says I like the sizzle of the vintage. And is there something you want to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I think I agree with that.
You like the sizzle of the vintage copy. Okay. And I found myself hearing things about both that I liked. I thought that on this vintage copy, the vocals are a little bit sweeter sounding. However, I thought the lead guitar solo on the modern pressing is a bit smoother and stood out more than, say, on the vintage. But by that same token, on this vintage copy, I thought there was more definition between the different instruments. The vocals are sweeter, hovering a little bit more above the rest of the instruments. But I thought there was, because of that brightness, there was more definition, I thought, between the different instruments. Whereas on this modern pressing, deeper sounding, it feels more ensemble-like, I think it comes down to preferences in some cases, because they both sound really good.
Yeah, everybody has different ears and hears things a little differently.
But dang, this sounded good for such an old record. I mean, and it was clean as a whistle, nice and quiet. This vintage copy, I expect a certain amount of snap and crackle with vintage records. I just expect it. It doesn't bother me. But no, this was very clean, really clean, and just sounded fantastic. But yeah, a bit more sizzle, more high end on this one, more low end on this one, deeper sounding. I think that when you've heard that boom, boom, boom on Ricky Don't Lose That Number, going back to that first song, boom, 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 which opens the album, you feel the deepness of those low piano notes, and I believe the bass is playing it too.
Yeah.
You feel that more. But then once the vocals come in, you hear the sweetness of the vocals on this one a lot more, and there's more definition between the instruments. Which is not to say you can't define the instruments on the new copy. You can, but it feels a little bit more ensemble. And once again, it comes down to preferences, I think. And I feel like the differences in this, in how it was cut and how it was mastered, is just as a creative choice by the ones who are doing that. It's a creative choice. That's why there are people get interested in different pressings, different remasters, remixes. It's because we're going to hear some differences. We might hear it in a different light. We may prefer one over the other. You clearly like this vintage over the original. I mean, I should say this original over the modern.
I
You
did.
clearly like this one better. I like this too, but I did feel there were some pluses to this as well. I think they both have some
And I can hear that as well.
Oh yeah. But just once again, it comes down to preferences. I think they both have audio pleasures that you can enjoy on their own terms. So yeah. Once again, it comes down to your personal preferences. But I enjoyed both, but for different reasons. And what did you think, little guy? Huh? What did you think? Do you agree with her or with me?
He always agrees with me.
No, he always agrees with me.
Always agrees with me.
No, he always agrees with me.
I think he's playing both sides.
Yeah, he probably is. Little scamp, you. Anyways, but so there you go. Those are our thoughts on this vintage versus modern copy of Pretzel Logic. And again, Vince, thank you so much for sending this. It just means,
yes, thank you.
Yeah, it means the world. I appreciate it a lot. And going to enjoy both of these for many, many years to come. And everybody, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to help this channel, just click like. That helps a great deal. And thank you, patron supporters, for all that you do.
You are fierce and mighty.
Just thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out. And we'll see you all in the next video, everybody. Take care.
Bye. Bye.